Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen, where I guide you through creating a little piece of art one step at a time. Today we are creating a Celtic knot. This knot has a lot of pieces to it, and I move quickly to fit it into the 15 minutes. So please feel free to pause and double check your work at any time. All right, I'm using an 08 pen, a little bit thicker today, a Zentangle brand graphite pencil for shading, a tortillon for blending. And I'm doing all of this on a 2-inch by 2-inch Zentangle brand tile. Okay, this one is going to start with a grid of dots, and I need to make 4 of them, evenly spaced across the top. And then another 4. And another. And another. That turned out pretty even. Go ahead and pause and fix yours if you need to make them a little bit more even. And then in between each set of 4, I'm going to make a circle. I know this is a lot. I'm doing it nice and light. We'll go over it later with pen. Okay. Hopefully you have all your dots and circles made. So now to start this, it's a little bit tricky. Here's that middle circle. And I'm going to use these 4 dots on the outside of that middle circle. So I'm going to go right here. So here's the circle in the middle. I'm going to go to the outside of that. And I'm going to go around and make a little hook. Turn my tile. Here's that middle circle. I'm going to go to the outside little dot. And I'm going to go around and make a hook. My hooks are going to the right. Find that dot, there's the middle, go out to the dot, make your hook. And my last one, here's my dot, go around and make the hook. I don't need to flip this back to the beginning because all the sides match. So I'm going to stay right here. For this next part, where I made this hook, I'm going to go up to the top where I have this circle, and I'm going to go to the bottom side of that, so kind of the inside of this little box here. And I'm going to go up to that dot. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to go down and kind of tuck inside that dot. So I found the circle directly above the middle. I went on that inside or bottom side and went up, over, down, and just kind of tucked in. Turn my tile. Same thing. I'm going to go on that bottom side of that circle. So here's my middle. Here's that circle on top. I'm going to go to the bottom side of it, go up to that dot, go over. And when I come down, I'm just going to tuck under a little bit. Turn my tile. Go underneath. So here's the middle. Here's that top circle. I'm going to go underneath it. Go to the dot. Go to the dot. And when I come down here, I'm going to tuck in. I have one more of those to do. The bottom of that circle, up to the dot, over, down, and tuck in. Tuck in or kind of tuck under. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to keep my tile where it is. And now I'm going to go to these two circles here and where it makes this square shape. And I already have a line on that bottom side of this dot. So I need to make a line on the top coming down. Does that make sense? And because I went on the outside there, I'm going to go on the outside over here. So here's my little square. I'm going on the outside up there and the outside down here. Turn my tile. I'm going to go on the outside up there and the outside down here. Turn my tile. This one goes to the inside, so I'm going to go to the outside and the outside. Turn my tile. Outside, outside. This is a lot of lines. I'm going to stay right where I am. And now this little square area, or this diamond here, has two lines on the outside of the circles, and this one is on the inside. So the opposite one is also going to be on the inside. Turn my tile. I have two on the outside, one on the inside, and this one's going to go on the inside. Again, I've got them on the outside of those circles. I need this one to go on the inner part of that shape. My last one over here, I'm going to go on that internal part of the shape. You can see how it's starting to look like a weave. I'm going to keep my tile right where it is. And now I'm going to go up to that first open circle up on the top left. I'm going to go underneath the circle, and I'm going to go up to the dot and then bump out a little bit and go to this dot. So watch how I do this. I go up here and then I bump out a little and tuck in. So I should have a straight line, a curve, and a straight line. Turn my tile. I'm going to go under that corner dot, go up, bump out, and come in. Turn, go underneath, out to the dot, and come in. Underneath, out to the dot, and come in. Whew, we did it. All right, there's your Celtic knot. I'm going to switch to pen now. I'm moving right along. Again, feel free to pause and catch up if you need to. So now I'm going to start where we started before, which was these middle things that came up here and made a little hook. Do you remember that? Here's the very middle. I'm jumping out, doing this little hook. Turn my tile, find the middle, jump up to that corner, go out and make a little hook. Find that middle, jump out, make your hook. One more, find the middle, jump out, make that hook. Now I'm going to find this hook here, and I'm going to go across from it over here where I made a line, and I'm going to follow that line up across, and when I come down, I'm going to tuck it in just a little bit. Turn my tile. Here's my hook. I'm going to go up and across from it to the dot, across, come down and curve in a little. Here's my hook. Go across from the hook. You can outline this in any order that you want to. I just really like turning my tile and doing the same thing 4 times before I move on to the next one. Okay, now I'm going to focus on this center area. And I'm actually going to make a little box where those all met. I'm going to color that in. And I'm just going to start inking in those lines. And then I'm going to ink in the lines across from it. So there, 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 and there. And I'm going to go under this hook over here where I curved out and in. I come down here, curve out a little bit and tuck in. That line comes up over here, goes out and tucks in, goes out and tucks in. I only have a few more lines to ink in. So this one right here, you can see these lines kind of pop up. So I'm going to go to the top of that and come down. And it creates this little bit of a dark spot here and a dark square there. And while I'm here, I'm going to color in that hook. Turn my tile, go up over here, color that in, color in this little square, and color in the top of that hook. Turn my tile, follow this one, color in the square, where it comes out over there, and the hook. And my last one. Look at that. Not perfect, but looks pretty cool. All right, now I'm going to take my pen quickly and I'm going to put an aura around this whole thing before I shade it. I feel like I'm going to go over my 15 minutes. Just like how this gives it a finished look. Feel free to add any embellishments that you want. And then we're going to do a quick shading and we'll be done. All right, there's quite a bit of shading to do in about 1 minute's time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outside circular, like kind of a rounded square, I guess, and I'm going to take this part up here on the left and imagine where it tucks under over here. And I'm going to put a little bit of shade where it would tuck under. It comes out on this side. So I'll put a little shadow right there. I follow it around and it tucks under right here. And then it comes out on this side, so it's going to have a shadow on this side. Comes down here, tucks under, comes out this side, needs a little bit of a shadow, tucks under back up here, and comes out the other side. Pick up my tortillon for blending, and I'm going to push that shading up and in. And I'm going to push it this way and this way onto that ribbon shape. You want that darkest area to tuck in and get lighter as it comes away. Okay. Now I'm going to take this link type thing right here. I'm going to follow it. It tucks under here, comes out on this side. It tucks under right here, comes out. Follow it around, it tucks under this piece, comes out, under, and out. Same thing with my shading. I'm going to push that away. Making sure I leave some light white in the middle. And then I've got one more link in our knot here to do. So it tucks under right here, comes out on this side, tucks under and out, under and out, under and out. Pushing that shading from away from where it goes under. Ooh, that was so fast. All right, and there's your Celtic knot. Feel free to add some gold, some green, some patterns, initial your work, write a little journal entry and date on the back, and please share your work with me on YouTube or on my Let's Tangle site on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. Have fun.